So, I'm here to tell on myself, but if it means I get to brag on Heavenly Father, it's okay. So, my sister in law asked for just to borrow a few dollars. And, um, she had somebody who already owed her money who was going to get her the money, but if she didn't get the money from them, she just needed a backup because she needed, a few dollars. And so I was like, yeah, cool. I happen to have it in my bag, in my wallet. I'll get it to you. Just let me know. And yesterday was Saturday, and I didn't have to, well, I did have to go in the direction of her house, but she didn't call me. And so I went and did what I needed to do and came back home. And today I went to church, which is totally different direction from her place. And when I got home, I was making lunch and then I found where she'd called me because my phone was still on silent, and she needed the money. And I was feeling a little bit cranky because now I have to go back out and it's hot. It's so hot. And I really didn't want to. And so I was like, yeah, I'm going to wait till it cools off, and I'll bring it over to you. And I did. And I was there and we were talking, and she had a tomato plant and I'm growing tomato plants, and I was all like, "Oh yeah, let's talk about tomato plants." And we were just chit-chatting, and lo and behold, the woman who was supposed to get her the money, her daughter showed up and gave it to her. And so I got my money back, but I left my house for no reason. And then I was standing outside and I had washed my hair this morning, and now I have to wash my hair again. And I was feeling just a bit cranky about that. And plus I paid my mortgage this paycheck, so money's just a little bit tight too. And I was feeling cranky. I was feeling very cranky about it. And I was riding home and I was like, all right, you know what? I don't want to be cranky. I don't want to complain. Obviously, there was a reason for this trip. And I was like, you know what? If you're willing to tell me, I'm willing to listen. And um, something about me is I have ADHD. I was diagnosed back in the 90s. And I was lucky because my brother was diagnosed. And because he was diagnosed, I got diagnosed. So I was really lucky. But the information that we have nowadays that's available on YouTube, thank you, was just not there. And so they gave us medicine and basically shoved us out there and said, "Good luck." And I just it's been in the last few years that I'm really starting to understand the profound effect that it had upon my life and my growing up and how I do things and how I react to things and all of this stuff. And my goodness, it's been a journey. But this, the YouTube thing, doing what I'm doing right now, trying to make this video, is something that I've been trying to do for an embarrassingly long amount of time. And um, of course, everybody struggles with some imposter syndrome, but it's the anxiety and all of that is really prevalent for people with ADHD. Especially if you were basically untreated for years and years and years and years. I mean, because yeah, like I said, we had medication when we were in school, but then after that, we just didn't continue anything, and we didn't really learn anything about it until much, much, much later. But so yeah, basically untreated ADHD for years and years, and so I have coping skills, but they're incomplete, and there are times when there are things that I want to do and I get stuck in analysis paralysis or executive dysfunction or what have you, and I don't always have the follow through that I wish I did. And that has been a source of shame and frustration and um yeah, shame and frustration. And So, I made a video and I really want to edit these things and I want to make them look professional, but I'm not there yet. And I struggle with going ahead and posting because the raging perfectionism also, which may or may not be ADHD related, but it's there. Hello. Hi. So yeah. So I got home and I started thinking about all of that and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that would make a perfect video." So, now that I'm done telling on myself, here's the part where I get to brag on Heavenly Father. He knew. He knew that if I thought about it and I wanted to tell people about this little circumstance that I'm having, that I would go ahead and post that other video, and I have, and it will pop up in the next 24 hours because I accidentally scheduled it for release. Oops, that's okay. I'm learning. I'm a baby. Baby. Um, so I went ahead posted the video unedited, and someday I will have the skills and this will look incredibly professional and it'll be amazing. But until that time, I'm posting, and Heavenly Father knew what I needed to have the little kick in the pants, and um he's great like that. And he knows what all of us need, and he loves us so much on such an individual basis, and he plans for my executive dysfunction and lack of follow through, and he plans for these things, and he doesn't want us to live in the shame, and he doesn't want us to live in the perfectionism, and he doesn't want us to hate ourselves at all. um so yeah, there's the gospel according to Aunt Bb. Which, by the way, I did get to see my nephew, and that was nice because I love him. He's so cute. And I love you, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. Bye bye.